If you travel 15 billion miles away from the Sun, you run out of light. Past the orbit of Neptune, you enter the Kuiper Belt. It is a vast, pitch-black graveyard filled with frozen debris left over from the birth of the solar system. According to the laws of orbital dynamics, this region should be perfectly orderly. This diagram shows the solar system's orbital plane. Think of it like a vinyl record spinning on a turntable. Almost all the mass orbiting our Sun aligns neatly along this perfectly flat surface. Within that flat disk are millions of ancient icy bodies. Many look like this bi-lobed structure, floating silently through the dark. They are predictable, acting exactly as gravity dictates they should. Or at least, they used to be predictable. Recent data reveals this graveyard is a facade. Something invisible is actively stirring the debris, hiding just out of sight. The first sign of trouble appears when we look deep into the Kuiper Belt, in a specific zone between 80 and 200 astronomical units from the Sun. In this pocket of space, the perfectly flat record of our solar system is warped. This diagram illustrates exactly what astronomers are seeing. Notice how a specific population of icy objects in this region has a strange collective 15-degree tilt to their orbits. Instead of staying flat, they are swooping up and down through the plane of the solar system like a wobbly spinning top. Physics tells us that wobble shouldn't be there. Over billions of years, the immense gravitational pull of the giant inner planets naturally flattens these orbital anomalies out. The fact that this 15-degree tilt survives today means it isn't a leftover quirk from the early solar system. Something massive is out there right now, actively fighting the gravity of our giant planets to keep that warp alive. If you follow space news, your mind likely jumps straight to Planet 9. For years, scientists have hypothesized that a ghostly mini-Neptune, roughly 10 times the mass of Earth, is lurking deep in the outer solar system, causing various anomalies. The mathematical models for Planet 9 place it incredibly far away, somewhere between 400 and 800 astronomical units from the Sun. To put that distance into perspective, the Voyager 1 probe has been traveling outward since 1977. It is currently the furthest human-made object from Earth, transmitting signals from about 165 astronomical units away. Planet 9 is theorized to be easily double or quadruple that distance. That extreme distance is a fatal flaw when it comes to this specific Kuiper Belt anomaly. Planet 9 is simply too far out, and its gravitational resonance doesn't align properly to create a localized 15-degree tilt in the 80 to 200 AU zone. Planet 9 cannot be the culprit. The math forces us to look past a distant gas giant and accept that a massive object is hiding uncomfortably close. A team of researchers at Princeton University mapped the wobbling icy bodies and ran the simulations. The supercomputers returned a startling answer. The precise gravitational signature perfectly matches a rocky, terrestrial world somewhere between the mass of Mercury and the Earth. They call it Planet Y, and it sits right inside that 80 to 200 astronomical unit danger zone. Stepping onto the surface of Planet Y would mean entering a realm of absolute, crushing twilight. At 150 astronomical units, the Sun is just a faint star. The temperature hovers tens of degrees above absolute zero, cold enough that the rocky crust you'd be standing on is covered in solid, frozen methane and nitrogen. Current planetary models struggle to explain how a rocky world of this magnitude could even exist here. The disk of gas and dust that birthed our solar system was far too thin at this distance to clump together into an Earth-sized sphere. That leaves two possibilities. The first is that Planet Y formed much closer to the Sun, alongside Earth and Mars. But in the chaotic early days of the solar system, a close encounter with a migrating Jupiter violently kicked it outward, banishing it to the freezing dark as a lost sibling in exile. The second possibility is that it didn't form here at all. It could be an interstellar capture, a rogue planet untethered from its own star, wandering blindly through the galaxy until it drifted too close and got caught in our Sun's gravitational web. Whether it is a banished sibling or an alien wanderer, this silent, dead world is massive enough to act as an invisible shepherd. using its gravity to herd and warp the icy debris at the edge of our solar system. Which raises an obvious question. If there is an Earth-sized planet orbiting this close, why haven't astronomers simply pointed a telescope at it and taken a picture? At 150 astronomical units, a planet receives a microscopic fraction of the sunlight Earth does, and it has to reflect that tiny amount of light all the way back to our telescopes. To make matters worse, its surface is likely covered in dark, carbon-rich material that absorbs almost every photon that hits it. This diagram shows the other half of the problem. A planet at this distance takes over 1,800 years to complete a single orbit. It moves so incredibly slowly across the sky that if you take a picture, it just looks like another background star. You are searching for a single pixel that shifts. You can't find a world this dark and slow by just looking up on a clear night. You have to take multiple, highly sensitive images of the exact same patch of sky over a long period of time, effectively tracking the motion of the entire outer solar system. Our odds are about to improve. High in the Chilean Andes, the Vera Rubin Observatory has just opened its eyes. It features a massive 8.4-meter mirror and the largest digital camera ever built for astronomy, boasting a staggering 3,200 megapixels. Beginning in 2026, it will continuously image the entire visible southern sky every few nights. It is perfectly designed to record the exact motion of everything in deep space, hunting for the faint, slow crawl of a hidden world. If Planet Y is in the patch of sky the Rubin Observatory is sweeping, we will find it. And when we do, we will officially have 9 planets again. Only this one is a frozen, dead Earth, lurking just a light day away. Do you think Planet Y is a banished sibling from our own solar system, or a rogue invader captured from the void? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want to keep exploring the darkest corners of space, make sure to subscribe to Territory. This is your space.